even tortured by the Spaniards, so that they would reveal the secret location of the fountain. One who excelled in such investigations was Ponce de Leon, a professional soldier and adventurer, who rose through the ranks to become governor of the part of the island of Hispaniola, now called Haiti, and of Puerto Rico. In 1511 he witnessed the interrogation of some captured Indians. Describing their island, they spoke of its pearls and other riches. They also extolled the marvelous virtues of its waters. A spring there is, they said, of which an islander grievously oppressed with old age had drunk. As a result, he brought home manly strength, and has practiced all manly performances, having taken a wife again and begotten children. Listening with mounting excitement, Ponce de Leon, himself an aging man, was convinced that the Indians were describing the miraculous fountain of the rejuvenating waters. Their postscript, that the old man who drank of the waters regained his manly strength, could resume practicing all manly performances, and even took again a young wife who bore him children, was the most conclusive aspect of their tale. For in the court of Spain, as throughout Europe, there hung numerous paintings by the greatest painters, and whenever they depicted love scenes or sexual allegories, they included in the scene a fountain. Perhaps the most famous of such paintings, Titian's Love Sacred and Love Profane, was created at about the time the Spaniards were on their quest in the Indies. As everyone well knew, the fountain in the paintings hinted at the ultimate love-making, the fountain whose waters make possible all manly performances through eternal youth. Ponce de Leon's report to King Ferdinand is reflected in the records kept by the official court historian Peter Martyr de Angleria. As stated in his Decade de Orbe Novo, Decades of the New World, the Indians who had come from the islands of Lucayos, or the Bahamas, had revealed that there is an island in which there is a perennial spring of running water of such marvelous virtue, that the waters thereof being drunk, perhaps with some diet, make old men young again. Many researches, such as Ponce de Leon's Fountain of Youth, History of a Geographical Myth by Leonardo Olszki, have established that the Fountain of Youth was the most popular and characteristic expression of the emotions and expectations which agitated the conquerors of the New World. Undoubtedly, Ferdinand, the King of Spain, was one of those so agitated, so expectant for the definitive news. So when word came from Ponce de Leon, Ferdinand lost little time. He at once granted Ponce de Leon a patent of discovery, dated February 23, 1512, authorizing an expedition from the island of Hispaniola northward. The Admiralty was ordered to assist Ponce de Leon and make available to him the best ships and seamen, so that he might discover without delay the island of Bimini. The king made one condition explicit, that after having reached the island and learned what is in it, you shall send me a report of it. In March 1513, Ponce de Leon set out northward to look for the island of Bimini. The public excuse for the expedition was a search for gold and other metals. The true aim was to find the fountain of eternal youth. This the seamen soon learnt, as they came upon not one island, but hundreds of islands in the Bahamas. Anchoring at island after island, the landing parties were instructed to search not for gold, but for some unusual fountain. The waters of each stream were tasted and drunk, but with no evident effects. On Easter Sunday, Pascua de Flores, by its Spanish name, a long coastline, was sighted. Ponce de Leon called the island Florida. Sailing along the coast and landing again and again, he and his men searched the jungled forests and drank the waters of endless springs, but none seemed to work the expected miracle. The mission's failure appears to have hardly dampened the conviction that the fountain was undoubtedly there. It only had to be discovered. More Indians were questioned. Some seemed unusually young for the old ages claimed by them. Others repeated legends that confirmed the existence of the fountain. One such legend relates that when Olelbis, he who sits above, was about to create mankind, he sent two emissaries to Earth.